Let's begin our journey into using PostgreSQL with Go. In this video, you'll learn how to connect to a PostgreSQL database, perform common operations, and optimize your queries using Go. We will be covering database connectivity, driver integration, and query optimization using Go programming language and PostgreSQL. First, you need to set up the PostgreSQL driver to enable your Go applications to interact with the database. You can choose from a number of drivers, but two of the most popular ones are libpq and pgx. To install the libpq driver, you can use the command go get github.com/lib/pq. libpq is a pure Go PostgreSQL driver for the database SQL package. Alternatively, you can install the pgx driver using the command go get github.com/jackc pgxv5. The pgx driver offers high performance and advanced features. Choose the driver that best suits your needs and install it using the go get command. To connect to your PostgreSQL database, you'll need a connection string. This string provides the necessary information for Go to locate and authenticate with your database. There are generally two formats for the connection string, which are the URI format and the key value format. The URI format looks like this: PostgreSQL:/user:password@localhost:5432/database name. The key value format looks like this: host equals localhost, port equals 5432, user equals Postgres, password equals secret, database name equals MyDB, SSL mode equals disable. Replace the placeholders with your actual database credentials. Now let's look at the code for establishing a database connection in Go. First, you need to import the required packages, which are database/SQL, FMT, and the PostgreSQL driver you chose, such as github.com/lid/pq. Note the underscore before the import of github.com/lib/pq. This is used to import the package without explicitly using any of its functions directly. Next, you can open a connection to the database using the sql.open function, passing in the driver name, which is Postgres in this case, and the connection string, which is stored in the constr variable. If there is an error opening the connection, it will be logged and the program will exit. Finally, it's important to close the database connection when you're done with it, using deferred db close. This ensures that resources are released properly. With the database connection established, you can now perform basic create, read, update, and delete operations. Here are some examples. To insert a new record into a table, you can use the db-exec function, passing in the SQL insert statement and the values to be inserted. For example, to insert a new user into the users table with the name John and email john@example.com, you can use the following code: _error:_db.exec, open parentheses, double quote, insert into users, open parentheses, name, email, close parentheses, values, open parentheses, $1, $2, close parentheses, double quote, John, double quote, John@example.com, double quote, close parentheses. Similarly, to select data from a table, you can use the db query function, passing in the SQL select statement and any required parameters. For example, to select the ID and name of all users whose age is greater than 25, you can use the following code: rows error, db query, open parentheses, double quote, select ID, name from users, where age greater than $1, double quote, 25, close parentheses. Continuing with our CRUD operations, here's how to update and delete records. To update data in a table, you can use the db.exec function with an SQL update statement. For example, to update the email of a user with ID 1 to new email @example.com, you can use the following code _error:_db.exec, open parentheses, double quote, update users set email equals $1, where ID equals $2, double quote, comma, double quote, new email @example.com, double quote, comma, 1, close parentheses. Similarly, to delete data from a table, you can use the db.exec function with an SQL delete statement. For example, to delete all users whose age is less than 18, you can use the following code, _, error : equals db.exec, open parentheses, double quote, delete from users where age less than $1, double quote, comma, 18, close parentheses. Database transactions are essential for maintaining data consistency, especially when performing multiple operations. To begin a transaction, you can use the db.begin_tx function, passing in the context and transaction options. If there is an error beginning the transaction, you should return the error. It's also important to defer a rollback function to handle cases where the transaction needs to be rolled back. To commit the transaction, you can use the tx.commit function. This will save all the changes made during the transaction to the database. If any of the operations within the transaction fail, you should roll back the transaction using the tx.rollback function. This will undo any changes made during the transaction, ensuring data consistency. Handling errors within transactions is crucial to ensure data integrity. If any operation within a transaction fails, you need to roll back the transaction to prevent inconsistent data. Here are a couple of common patterns for handling errors in transactions. The first one is error with rollback. If any operation returns an error, immediately roll back the transaction and return the error. For example, if _, error, equals tx.exec, open parentheses, query, args ellipsis, close parentheses, semicolon, error not equal to nil, open curly braces, tx.rollback, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon, return fmt.errorf, open parentheses, double quote, operation failed, %w, double quote, comma, error, close parentheses, close curly braces. The second one is defer pattern. Use a defer function to handle the commit or rollback of the transaction. This ensures that the transaction is always either committed or rolled back. Even if there is a panic, for example, defer func, open parentheses, close parentheses, open curly braces, if error not equal to nil, open curly braces, tx.rollback, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon, return close curly braces. Error equals tx.commit, open parentheses, close curly braces, open parentheses, close parentheses. PostgreSQL offers several features that can be particularly useful when working with Go. Here are a couple of examples. The first one is JSONB support. PostgreSQL has excellent support for JSONB data, allowing you to store and query JSON documents efficiently. You can insert JSON data into a JSONB column using the db.exec function and the appropriate SQL statement. For example, _, error, equals db.exec, open parentheses, double quote, insert into users, open parentheses, data, close parentheses, values, open parentheses, $1, close parentheses, double quote, comma, backtick, open curly braces, double quote, name, double quote, double quote, John, double quote, comma, double quote, age, double quote, 30, close curly braces, backtick, close parentheses. The second one is array types. PostgreSQL supports array types, which can be useful for storing lists of values in a single column. You can insert arrays into array columns using the pq.array function from the github.com/lib/pq package. For example, _, error, equals db.exec, open parentheses, double quote, insert into posts, open parentheses, tags, close parentheses, values, open parentheses, $1, close parentheses, double quote, comma, pq.array, open parentheses, open square bracket, string, close square bracket, open curly braces, double quote, go, double quote, comma, double quote, Postgres, double quote, close curly braces, close parentheses, dot. To ensure your Go applications perform efficiently with PostgreSQL, it's essential to follow query optimization best practices. Here are a couple of key strategies. The first one is connection pooling. Connection pooling helps reduce the overhead of establishing new database connections for each request. You can configure connection pooling using the db.setMaxOpenCons, db.setMaxIdleCons, and db.setConMaxLifetime methods. For example, db.setMaxOpenCons open parentheses 25 close parentheses semicolon, db.setMaxIdleCons open parentheses 5 close parentheses semicolon, db.setConMaxLifetime open parentheses time.hour close parentheses. The second one is prepared statements. Prepared statements can improve performance by pre-compiling SQL queries and reusing them with different parameters. You can create a prepared statement using the db_prepare function and then execute it using the statement.queryRow or statement.exec methods. For example, statement error equals db.prepare open parentheses double quote select asterisk from users where ID equals $1 double quote close parentheses semicolon defer statement.close open parentheses close parentheses semicolon row colon equals statement.queryRow open parentheses user ID close parentheses.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.